Station looking at the murals of Conrad Albrizio. These murals were painted and began in the fall of 1953. We had been working on the drawings and the blow-ups for it for some time through the summer. These are what they call born fresco. That means they're the purest form of fresco. Conrad Albrizio began as an architect, as a architect-draftsman. And he came from New York. He came down here to work on the Hibernia Bank, to do the detailed work on the Hibernia Bank. Now, I helped him on a mural in Mobile, and Jim Fisher and I both helped him on this work here. Albrizio was a teacher at LSU. He taught painting, and he did many murals around. He did work in a mural in the Capitol in Baton Rouge. He did some work over the river in Algiers or Gretna. And he also did, besides the frescoes, he did some mosaic work. I met Mr. Albrizio at LSU, where I was a student. And I had made some work with him on other murals, notably in Mobile, in the Waterman building. We did a very large project. And then when he started this project here in the Union Station, I came to help him, along with another artist, a French Quarter artist named Jim Fisher. And we did all the preliminary work, all the blowing up of the drawings, perforating the drawings, getting them all ready to start on the wall. We started to work from 8 in the morning and worked till 5, just as most of the other workers did. And we took us about between 3 and 4 months to make all the original drawings before we actually got to the painting. And then it took over a year to finish the actual painting on the wall. Now, the paints used in this system are simply the pigment. That pigment, the same pigment that is used in oil paint or watercolor, but there's no medium. In watercolor you use glue. In oil paint you use oil to mix. Everything begins with a powder. So we just simply use the powder, mixed with water, and paint it much as you would start a watercolor, just with the simple, pure color. And as you go along, as you put the brush to the surface, the wall will take the paint right off the brush. And as long as the wall is okay. Then when it starts to go, you'll first notice when the wall starts to dry, maybe in 3 or 4 hours, the water will remain on the surface when you put strokes on it. The paint will remain on the surface. Then you have to stop. And then if it's early enough in the day, you can put up another piece, or wait until the next day when you put up another piece of fresh plaster. So what you do at the end of the day is you make a cutting line around a figure or some convenient place, and then the next morning you start there and put up your new piece of plaster, which may be a square yard or so for each day's work, depending on how fast and how much detail you have. It happened that I had made some paint, some orangey earth color from a place around Covington called Red Bluff, where it had these walls, the walls of the canyon, so to speak, were of a beautiful coralish red sandstone, which you could crush in your hand. And I thought it would be nice to have some of this, so I got a bunch of it and washed it out and settled it out and made paint of it. And Mr. Albrizio, seeing this paint, said there was nothing like it, and could he have some of it? And I just gave it to him. And you can still see this in some of the Indians up here, because it's a very transparent orange, a brick red orange sort of color, and it's very difficult to get a transparent orange. And so here some of the Louisiana soil winds up on the murals. Well, people ask me what was it like to work with Mr. Albrizio, and well, it was a very intense experience, because he was very keyed up and he was very interested in what he was doing. He was Italian, and so and had a temperament that was very excitable. And we had many loose quarrels and disagreements, and there were loud words spoken very often on all sides. But considering the large work that he was doing, it would be certainly understandable that you would get excited, he would get excited in a work like this. So it was quite an experience working with the man. Oh, all in all, I was very happy to have been a part of this. It's very interesting. The whole thing, you feel like you're a part of a big thing going on, and the drawing and everything, to see it unfold was quite a happy experience, all in all.